everybody. Welcome to Abandoned. Today we will be talking about Circuit the Reims-Gueux. And also, this is also my very first video of Abandoned, so it would mean a lot if you like and subscribe this video. Now, let's get started. We got the names used for the track. They were from 1926 to 1972. We got Circuit the Reims-Gueux from 1926 to 1951. Reims-Gueux from 1926 to 1951. Reims Circuit from 1952 to 1972. And Circuit Reims from 1952 to 1972. Now, let's go into the basic facts. From 1926 to 1972. We got it opened in 1926. It closed in 1972. It was a road circuit, which is a mix of a race circuit and a street circuit. It is in Gueux, France, and near a city called Reims. There was 4 variations used at the track. It closed due to financial issues in 1972. It was a road course. It hosted many races, and Formula One has all the fastest laps at the track. Now we will go into the history of the track from 1926 to 1972. We started motor racing in 1926 because they were relocating the Grand Prix de Le Mans, so they just found a highway in Gueux, France, and placed the start and finish line on it. They expanded the front stretch, or the Delius-Gueux stretch, in 1938 to make the track faster. It opened back in 1947 and started hosting Formula One in 1948. It changed names, layout, and started hosting the 12 Hours of Reims in 1952. Formula One stopped racing in Reims in 1966, and sports car racing stopped racing in Reims in 1969 and hosted motorcycle races until 1972. In 1972, the track closed due to financial issues and then demolished part of the track. And you can drive a lap of the 1926 to 1951 and 1952 variations, but not the 1953 and 1954 to 1972 variations because part of the track was demolished. Now we will talk about the variations. Variation 1 from 1926 to 1951 is our source and Arthur, which will be in the description. There's a good layout of it. Get a good look at it for a minute. The fastest lap was a 2:27.8 by Manuel Fangio. It was 8 turns. The length was 7.816 kilometers or 4.856 miles. And the name was the 1926 original circuit. Now let's move on to Variation 2 from 1952 to 1952. And there's the source and Arthur, and that's also going to be in the comment section. Description. The fastest lap, well, I couldn't actually find the fastest lap, so I put none. There is 5 turns. And the length was 7.152 kilometers or 4.444 miles. And the name was the 1952 variation. Now let's go on to Variation 3. From 1953 to 1953. Source Arthur, and that's what the layout was. And then fastest lap was a 2:41.0 by Manuel Fangio. 7 turns. The length was 8.372 kilometers or 5.187 miles. And the name was the 1953 variation. Now let's move on to the final variation, Variation 4, from 1954 to 1972. And there's the source and Arthur, and that will be in the description. And you might think, isn't that the same layout as 1953? Well, it's not. because these Virage Doyas and Virage Movies on, you can see the gray parts, and that's the 1953 layout. And now our the fastest lap was a 2:11.3 by Lorenzo Bandini. It was, I believe, 7 turns. And the length was 8.302 kilometers or 5.185 miles. And the name was a 1954 variation. Now let's move on from the variations and go what races were held here. Races held from 1926 to 1972. We got the Grand Prix de Le Mans, the Coupe d'Or or the 12 Hours de Reims, the Grand Prix de France or the GP d'IACF, the Grand Prix de Le Mans de Tourisme, the Coupe de la Commission Sportive d'IACF, the Grand Prix de Reims, the Coupe des Petits Cylindres, the Coupe des Racers 500, the European Grand Prix Honorary E, the 12 Hours Internationals Delphitis, the Coupe de Juniors, the Trophy International Prototypes Grand Tourisme et Sport, the Les Grand Prix France, and the Les Trophies de France. Now let's move on to what racing series raced here from 1926 and 1972. We got Formula Libre, Grand Prix, Bois de Ret, Formula 1, Formula 2, Formula 3, Formula Junior, and sports car, and some small other series like motorcycle racing. And that's gonna wrap up this video. Thank you for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If I missed anything, please tell me in the comment section. And if you want any more tracks, please tell me in the comment section. Bye!